So many mods, so little time to cover them all in one video. All of these mods that were recently ported deserve their own chance in the spotlight. So, without further ado, here's another top 10 mods for me to you to check out and use in our loaders at least once in Skyrim on PlayStation 4 and 5. I repeat, all of these mods are available for PlayStation 4 and 5. So we're going to start with mods I haven't covered in a very long time, which is character creation mods. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the two hair mods. The first one will be KS Hairdo's 1 Afro. And the reason why is because I think it's pretty compelling to get hair that is more distinctly meant for a character that has the same features of an African American. And for people who do play Skyrim that happen to be black like me, I just find that a very nice thing to add. I'm not personally someone who goes out of his way to make black hairstyles for his black characters. I'm not even someone who really plays black characters all that much in RPGs, let me tell you. But the simple fact is, this is still a really good thing to add, and as far as I can tell, these black hairstyles are pretty distinct and very culturally reminiscent of the African American people's taste in style. And some of these are also just flat out really fun in their own way. So again, they're KS Hairdo's mods, so the biggest asterisk I can give for you here is remembering that these are going to be very heavy mods to install. As I switch over to talking about our second hairstyle mod, KS Hairdo's Afro 2 for the women, I have to reiterate that the KS Hairdo line of mods in general, while very high quality in its performance, is very specifically some of the most largest file size mods you can add, rather. It's very difficult for me to describe how mods are supposed to look like heavy, so like the nomenclature around how we talk about mod file size is very silly. So basically, this mod basically just adds the same set of Afro and African American hairstyles we saw on the male character to the female character. So neither a mod is actually gendered per se. It's really more about making sure that both genders have the option if they want it. And because of that, you can tell some of these hairstyles look better on a female character than they do a male character. Vice versa for some of the hairstyles on men and women. But, you know, that's a nice thing about hair in general. Like, the important thing here is that you can just high quality textures, high quality mod in general. But if you want to use, I don't really suggest using one or both of these. Just pick a gender for the character you like playing in Skyrim and use one of these. But I'm just making suggestions here. If you want to use both, you can use both. So we're gonna look at the Artorias the Abyss armor here. And it is by Radiath 16. Yeah. Just a set from Dark Souls. Everyone loves Artorias the Abyss Walker from Dark Souls. He's a very iconic character. And his armor set from that game, the armor he's wearing when you fight him as a boss, faithfully recreate with original, unique texture work. Looks pretty good, and you can pair it very nicely with the Artorias weapons from another Dark Souls weapon and shield pack I talked about months ago. Want 4 pieces, nice and shiny. To find the Artorias armor, you have to enter into the Sleeping Giant Inn in Riverwood, and then you have to find this this container right here. You get 5 copies of it. Our second armor mod today is going to be Witcher 2 Geralt Raven armor and Witcher swords. created by Vexcation and Hucifer. Now, this is an armor and weapon mod because, yeah, Witcher. If you're a Witcher fan, then the weapons and armor that you have are good quality. They look pretty accurate to the version of the game that you were talking about. I don't know, it's hard for me to talk about these Witcher mods with much excitement or details. Like, I can gush about Dark Souls mods, but I've never played the Witcher game. Which is funny because I actually have the Witcher 3, I just never got around to it. But ultimately, yeah. The reason there are two versions of this mod is because there's an enchanted and unenchanted version you can craft. The enchanted version comes with some actually really nice enchantments, realistically speaking. Like, this is technically 4 enchantments on the armor piece alone, so it evens out with the fact that you have like only 1 enchantment on the boots and the gloves. The superior versions of the Witcher's swords are also just higher base damage wise. Nothing really serious here in terms of like necessary upgrade materials. I mean, like, the weapon models are great looking, but like I said, I really feel like I should have saved this for a compilation video on Witcher mods to do, because there's plenty of Witcher mods now that I didn't talk about yet, but well, maybe we can still save it for the future. Up next, we return to Solitude to look at another texture overhaul known as MRF's Solitude. That stands for Mo Ru Feng, who is the creator of this mod. And as we can see, the retexturing is very exquisite. Now the rest of the interiors are probably going to look very different here because, no, this is my PS4, not my PS5. I'm not using JK's interiors on the PS4. This is just how Mo Ru Feng's. Whoa, what? Oh, that's not good. Oh, Jesus Christ. Man, I was gonna, well, anyway. The texture work here is very exquisite. And another really great thing about it is that, unlike yesterday's video about Epic Cities Solitude, this mod will only come in at 68 megabytes. So if you want a high quality texture overhaul, this is probably the one you want to pick. This is just no statues, which is probably why no statues, no new armor sets, just good old retexturing Solitude to resemble the capital in far better detail. There's also more architectural diversity. Clockwork meshes replace the Blue Palace, and college interiors to make these areas very luxurious, according to the author. The College of Bards is apparently the most extensively changed area. That's just a quick look inside the Blue Palace. And inside the Bards College. I think this is the Bards College. I have my... Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Bards College looks fantastic. New floor tiling, new texture work on the decal here. It looks very fantastic. Ooh, very nice. And that should conclude our tour of this overhaul for Solitude. If you like it, then feel free to download it. Our second to last city overhaul in terms of textures is Northfire's Windhelm, created by Northfire. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, Windhelm overhaul mods are always really difficult to showcase, much less recommend, because as you can see here, even the outside of the city, the walkway is retextured, so you're looking at something that bothers covering all this ground, and as a result, it's a very hard sell for people to really bother using. Because we're talking about 102 megabytes of space you'll have to give up for a city that, depending on who you are as a person, as a player of Skyrim, you may never even care to bother visiting. But yeah, the description states, dirty stone walls and broken parts, really muddy streets against the capital city in the snow, never has a chance to settle. Yeah, muddy streets, good point. Realistic wood textures on houses, indoor walls and floors. Remove the roots from the cemetery alley, new windows, stone and bronze sculptures, and masonry with painted Norse ornaments. A new Hall of the Dead, new Wall of the Dead, new headstones, and more. And any leftover vanilla textures are upscaled, hand painted to have realistic photographic texture resources. They span from 2K to 4K. I may have botched that description because I'm trying to sound original. And like just in general, the texture work is perfectly, it's as well as very good in terms of quality compared to what we saw in Solitude. Just to reiterate, this is not made by the same author as the Solitude mod I talked about previously. Walls, ceilings, floor, right, character there. Wooden floors. Yeah, no, this actually feels really well put together and well thought out. The author knew what he wanted Windhelm City to look, and he picked a very good aesthetic to present it. It's just 100 megabytes. Do you want to take the dive and make this a part of your load order? Or are you going to pass up on it and get a smaller Windhelm City mod? Either way, the work put into porting this beauty needed to be showed off, which is why I don't regret adding it at all. Next up here is Whiterun Roofs by Maximum Useful. It comes in two other variations, one with blue roofs and one with red roofs. The base version of the mod has the default brown-yellow roofs. And that's pretty much really it. Some buildings are retextured to have higher quality rooftops. Compared to the two massive city overhauls we just looked at, I know this looks underwhelming to Spotlight, but I'm playing something with Whiterun in the future, and there's a few more mods I'm hoping get ported over before I can do that. When that happens, I'll have a much more comprehensive Whiterun mod showcase for you, but for now, I think just telling you that you can change rooftops is worth a spotlight. This is still a very good mod. Mod number 8 is a player home, Dragoncliff Manor, created by Martin C17, or at least he was the original author. There's a bunch of other authors responsible for helping or lending assets from their own mods to create the assets required to put this beautiful player home mod into the original version of Skyrim, and has now been ported over to PlayStation. So as you can see here, yeah. There's a farm mill here. You can get your flour. Oh. You can fast travel to it immediately. Dragoncliff Manor and the Dragoncliff Stables right there. This is at the base of the throat of the world. So we have to go to Ivarstead, down there, in order to eventually get up here. There's a greenhouse over here for you to plant your plants. Here's where your chickens are. And you come with your smithing stations as well, smelt and craft. Two cows and one horse. Let's check inside the place. Here. The Sovngarde statues that can apparently see us where we're going are looking down at us. Apparently they do that. Who knows? I think that's a vanilla tree model, so maybe that will change if you use a tree mod that replaces the vanilla trees. Yeah, this looks like your bedroom. Swimmer model in our home. Plates. Okay, bedroom for your children. Home fusion spice. Oh, caretaker. Vanilla face bug. That's always gonna be an issue, but there's other mods we have now that we can use on her to fix that. Dining area. Dragon Priest wall, that's awesome. Horse statue, crabs on the floor. Dragon skeleton. And area to display our armors and weapons. Bathing area, and this is apparently our actual room because the bathing area is right there. And that will take us back to the front of the door. This will take us to and from our bedroom. Awesome. And so yeah, play your home building your base to throw the world. Crafting stations. Yeah, fully nav mesh for everything to get around. There's also a hidden snow elf sanctuary with an alchemy garden. Wonder where we can find that. But that's fine for now. Hey, down here. Well, that ends the tour. I think we've explored this player home about the best of my ability. And, well, it's right there for you for the taking. It's 18 megabytes, not that big of a deal. If you only really want one player home, this is one of the best I've seen. Mod number 9 is going to be Megalodon, prehistoric. Yeah, prehistoric content by Skinwalker21. Yeah. So this Skinwalker mod will add yeah. The Skinwalker mod will around this shark mod will add giant sharks to the game that you can fight. Well, you can't fight them. I don't think there's any underwater combat mods reported into the game. They will not rise to the surface to meet you. Instead, they serve as another type of encounter in the game that will add more danger to traveling on the water than there was previously. There's more than one of these in the world, I think at least 3, including there being one unique to Solstheim. Large predatory sharks roaring throughout Nern's oceans. And all of them, as far as I can tell, can be located in the Sea of Ghosts. And they are obviously very powerful. There is really... I recommend adding this mod to make the dangers of traversing the waters just a bit more immersive, because you expect oceans this big to have creatures this size anyway in the sea. And this Megalodon model is actually very well done. Skywalker knows his stuff when it comes to making new creatures for you to encounter in Skyrim. And if they weren't using a cheat mod to stay alive, this thing would have just killed it by now. So it's also a very seriously powerful encounter. Megalodons. Really cool. And our final mod for today is the Hydra series by Skinwalker21. The Hydra Creature series. So yeah, as you can see here, it adds a new type of ginormous boss fight for you to go down against in the when you're playing Skyrim. Oh, this guy regenerates too. Yeah, there's multiples of these throughout the world. I think you can also dislocate the Hydra's head. Alright, how much damage would this do, hypothetically speaking, if I took off this apparel I'm wearing that prevents me from losing health? How much damage are you doing? Oh, immediately get killed. Okay. I wear the Ring of God mode on so I can test creatures like this without being immediately killed. Oh my goodness. Oh, did I save? But oh no. Okay. Alright. You really want to feel like a Witcher? Here's some giant monsters for you to slay. Anyway, it's a very poisonous monster as well. The poison even extends to your MP bar. The poison it shoots out will drain your MP. But yeah, don't attack it for a while. Its MP, its HP will rapidly recover. Woo! Oh my god. Okay. Alright. And killing it gives you the Severed Hydra. Oh, jeez. Severed Hydra. This is actually terrifying. This is actually terrifying. This is actually terrifying. Holy crap. Eye of the Hydra, Hydra blood. So you get crafting materials from it. Helps you run 7% faster. That you can use in your various Alright, we'll be here all day if we have to if I have a fighting for this thing, but it's just gonna keep making more separate Hydra heads. You get the deal. It's gonna keep respawning Hydra heads. Kill the Hydra. It's not that I can't kill it. It's just that this part of the video will be too long if I just keep the boss fight going. So this is a Hydra creature mod. Fight this thing if you beware. Okay, I finally killed that thing, but I'm only really recording this part of the video to remind you that there's actually a prize for killing the Hydra, and that's summoning a Hydra. Which is, in all fairness, a really freaking sick prize. You get to summon it. Really awesome idea for creature slaying mod. And I remember there's more than one of these out there in the world. I only beat this thing because I was literally cheating. Do not take the way I was playing against it as an indication of how easy or how difficult it is to defeat. I was cheating in order to test it out. This mod, I think, is definitely worth downloading, so you can see for yourself if you're up to the challenge of beating it. And needless to say, that's going to be the end of this video. Yeah, that was quite a shock. And I feel like that was a really good way to tie up this video. A nice variety of mods for you guys to explore for your own sakes, and to try out for your own load orders if you think they have a permanent place in them or not. Thank you guys for all watching, and I'll see you in the next one.